Hello everyone, welcome back to JCfinger. This weekend I've decided to build a massive house for the mayor of my town. His name is Sean Phillips and he lives here with his wife Sarah. He's a very important person, so it's a government style of a property and it's very grand and huge on the inside with a lot of empty spaces. I'm just kidding. There are some large spaces on the inside, but they are with purpose. I was a bit reserved when it came to putting greenery around the house, so I just wanted it to be clean cut and proper because I wanted to pay more attention to having a view that reveals the beautiful concrete. You can see that the paving and the patio paving, the balcony paving and the exterior walls all have a seamless look, and then it's nicely ringed around by the white balcony pattern all around the front, and I just love that look. It's tidy and it's clear, and finally Sims FreePlay has given us most of what we want. Now I was inspired by the White House to create this front entrance that you see here. I absolutely love it. It was quite hard to do because I really didn't know how to get that sort of overlooking entrance in a way, but I decided that the two pillars protruding forward would land me the look that I was striving for, and I absolutely love it. Now, although you see some traditional features, there is some modern features to the back part here. As you can see, immediately you can tell that this is a double height room, and we are having an all messed up update that's going to be launched in the next couple of days or 3 days from today, and we will be able to create internal balconies that are a lot smaller than the landing that we got from the Snow Lodge. So you can see it's a massive dome, but we'll have a look at that later. Now there's a balcony that is accessible from the stair landing inside the house and also from the master bedroom in that angle there. So it's a symmetrical build and it's huge. And you'll see why, because again, you can have a house that has 3 bedrooms and it's tiny, right, like the French courtyard, but you can also have a massive mansion and estate and it's also 3 bedrooms, but it's 3 massive en suites with great distance between the different useful spaces. In the entrance here, I have 2 open archways leading into a space that has statues. So say the statue of Winston Churchill or someone really important in my town. So we've got these statues in those spaces, and that's all the space is meant for. So people who visit this place or this house would come in here, just like Buckingham Palace or the White House, and tour and look at these statues and talk about it. So they are sort of memorial statues, but in actual sense these are the Island Sentinel replicas. So you get these from completing the quest that unlocks the mystery island across the river in your town. So now we have this grand entrance at this mayor's home, and I have this chair arrangement. This particular chair comes with the game. It's not a special item or anything like that, and I thought I'd place them around. They look quite regal, they're quite nice, it's mute, and they've got a lot of detail in them, and I really love those seats, and I thought I'd display them in here. And then we've got the pool out back behind this grand French staircase that leads up to the family's living quarters, and then we have this area here that is like an entrance to the study. I chose to place the piano in here so his wife Sarah might sit down here and play a tune or two, and the office obviously is used mainly by her husband Sean Phillips, who has to work from this space for hours and hours, something to do with how to further improve Simtown. But yes, this is his office, and of course, the wooden floors, the wooden textures, the dark tones, and this chess set here is one of his favorite places to sit at and, work his brain muscles. These doors to the left and right of the door that he's standing under is all doors, but it looks like bookshelves. Now we're going to go through this long corridor that then wraps around to where we have this large guest restroom, and you can see that there's a sitting area in the middle that you could easily fit into a small cottage, right? But it's a restroom. You just have to imagine that when his wife is throwing a party, some of the women would come in here, sit down and gossip. So it's a large space for the guests to powder their nose and refresh themselves or relieve themselves. Now across that corridor on the right is the dining room, I felt that all these colors came together quite nicely and they pop. The base color here is the gold, the yellow, and the mix with the French wallpaper gives it a traditional touch. It gives it that elegant and, you know, royal edge, if I might say. Now, the corridor carries on from the dining room past the restroom into the kitchen. It's a large kitchen, and we have an interesting arrangement with the countertops here. So we have the section back here where we've got the cooker and the sink, and then we have a section over here where we've got a ton of plates because there's a lot of hosting that goes on in this space. You've got the fridge, and then over here we've got the microwave and the coffee machine, and then everything else is put away clean and clear because that's how the madame of the house wants it. And then, of course, the staff are nowhere to be seen unless they are sent for. So you have to work your way back through this long corridor to the east wing of this house. Now, on this part of the house, we have the massive great room. We'll see that in a second. But at the far end of the corridor, we have the bar. It's an entire room to itself. It's not in the corner of the living room or anything like that. It's a room all dedicated to the drinks and the wines and the hard liquor. And, you know, when they entertain, most of the guests would come in here and enjoy themselves and help themselves to drinks. And so it's a section that's a minute away from another section that is useful in the house. Meaning you have to go through this long corridor back into the hallway, and then you come into this massive, grand and large, unique great room. I love the colors that I used in here. They're not as sharp, or they don't quite pop, but it's there. There's detail in the arrangement. I created this large rug by using a collection of rugs. I love the idea, love the tones in here, the grays and the blues and the pops of color here and there, the lilacs, and those flower pots that are now able to go up on these chests of drawers are amazing. So this is obviously a double height room, and you can tell from the fireplace that is there. Well, of course, we can now put that in rooms that aren't double height, but this room certainly is. The telly is across the way on the other side, and the double height feature that you see here is like a conservatory, and I absolutely love the look. You can imagine on a sunny day how bright this room would be, or on a rainy day how dramatic it would look from the inside. I think it's absolutely lovely. This is where my imagination took me, and I put it together, and I love the idea that there are no concrete walls on, I think 2.5 walls, but of course on the other side where the telly is, there is an actual concrete wall. Now we're going to go upstairs. I'm just going to get his wife Sarah to stop her playing for a minute and take us up to their living quarters. So we're going to go up these lovely French set of stairs. It's not part of the French romance event. It came in as a special item to be purchased with real cash, but it's beautiful and it doesn't demand any other colors, so it's white and it goes with everything else. So we've got a landing here. It's formal. We've got a couple of seats to the left and right, and then a formal unit in front here, and then out back we have a place to sit down and enjoy the sun, and you can glance into the double height great room and see what's going on. Now when you come up those stairs, on the right hand side we have the first master suite number 1, and this is the actual front door to it. So Sarah walks into this corridor that belongs to the ensuite. There are a set of doors that lead out onto the balcony. You go into the master bedroom area, and then you come into the bathroom, the ensuite bathroom for this bedroom. I love that there are different sections in the suite. It makes it more interesting. It makes it look more expensively put together, and of course it's all sectioned off in this corner upstairs, which is quite nice and private. In addition, they have access to this balcony area here, which is quite lovely, and you can, if you replicate this house, put some seats out here for that master unit. Now that's all we have on this corner here, so it's like an apartment to itself, although there's no kitchen but it's really distanced away from other parts of the house. The laundry room is over here, and of course we've got most of the drawers from the laundry collection. I've got a washer in one corner and I've got a dryer in the other corner, and that's about all we need in this space. Of course we could put in the ironing board and so on, but I didn't. Just imagine it's been put away. Now this is master unit 2, and it's the same design, the same floor plan, and You might note that they have chandeliers in this bathroom, so it's quite elegant. I love the colors in this room. Obviously, the peach is my favorite. And out back, we've got these flowers. So there is a big window in here, but it's just blocked off by the bed. Okay, so we're going to see the master bedroom, which is huge. I mean, it's massive. So you come in here, and this is Sarah's dressing room. It's like a living space in some way. They can sit down here, and you, of course, if you replicate it, can put a television in any parts you might want. But then you come into their main room here, and I put these seats diagonally, but they're not meant to be. You have to glitch that, so you can see she sits outside of it. But I thought that putting them diagonally around the bed was lovely. And yeah, that's the way into their bedroom. And of course, the wallpaper, the curtains, the combination of items make the space look quite royal. That's what I think. The royal blue, the padded bed, the Moroccan lamps, the wallpaper, the curtains. I think it all pulls together quite nicely. It's quite lovely. And then they have their own master bathroom in here. It's large, and I use the Ice Palace window between those mirrors for the double wash sink. I think it's quite lovely in there. So I think I'm going to get Sarah here to have a quick dip in the long tiled bathtub. I love this tub because it goes from wall to wall. I think it's nice. Now they also have another room in their room. They've got 3 sections in this room, actually 4. You've got the bathroom, you've got the bedroom, you've got the large closet living space, and then you have this gym with lots of equipment in there for them to get in, train and get physically fit. So it's a really large main master suite for this house. These doors lead out onto this balcony where they can also sit down and enjoy the sun, and you can have access to that space from the landing within the house. So this is the overview of the west wing upstairs here, and it's huge. I have to find myself, panning across the different parts for you to see everything in one go. And this is what I have put together this week. Now, as far as the updates that we're going to receive, you find that we're going to be able to create indoor balconies, and I'm going to see what I can do in renovating my Barbie dollhouse. I think it's going to be interesting. I think I had 2 floors of interior balconies and the roof covered up on the top, and I loved it. But I think maybe I'll do something else entirely different. But as far as a live build goes for this house, let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in a live build for this. I'll see what I can do about putting that together. And I am all wishing you the best of luck and hoping that you would be able to complete the all messed up live event that would be released in the next 3 or 4 days time. So do stay tuned for that. Do whatever it is you have to do to complete so that you can also take part in building in a more dynamic way. I think having indoor balconies completely changes the way we build in this game. So I'm going to put something together with the best of my ability with this new way of building for next weekend. So do stay tuned. Click the little bell on the channel so you get a notification as soon as I upload. And I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.